Hello, gamers. Ugh. Y'all, my head's been killing me the past couple of days. Who's up? Transing, they transing. Gender, they transing. Oh, I managed to get the D-pad working. Y'all were right. I was wrong, by the way. I got the D-pad working in Super Lesbian Animal RPG. Yahoo! Later that night, Melody must have gotten for a walk when she got up. Shouldn't be too hard to track her down. So I've got the D-pad working now. Oh, hey Melody. Couldn't sleep? Just a little restless, I guess. How'd you know I would be here? I didn't. It was my fourth guess. Want some coffee? Ooh, what kind of coffee? The extremely sugary kind with very little actual caffeine, just how you like it. You shouldn't have, but I'll take it anyway. Just like me, for real, for real. Well, today sure was interesting, huh? I certainly can't say that's how I expect to spend my Monday. What do you think would be different? Less eggs, mainly. Fair enough. Hey, you did great, though. All that healing and junk. We couldn't have done it without you. I probably would have gotten punched clean through a wall and left a bunny-shaped hole like a cartoon. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about all this. I mean, the circumstances might not have been ideal, but I don't know. Something about healing just feels right. Maybe it just feels good to be useful to someone. Yo, she's such a fucking bottom. She's such a fucking bottom. Mel, it's not good to judge yourself based on how useful you are. Okay, maybe that's not the right word. It just feels nice to be helping people. You know, keep my friends from getting hurt, making a difference in their lives. Maybe I'll finally figure my thing out. Your thing? Okay, like, Claire's got her magic and Jody's a courageous knight with a code of honor and all that. And you're a great fighter and you're super cool. What stands out about me? Being pink? I don't have any flashy talents or interesting hobbies or a cool job. I'm just kind of around. But now maybe healing's my thing. I mean, you seem like a natural to me, but you've already got a lot of things. You're also super nice, you're insightful, you're generous, you're a really giving person, you know that? And of course you're pretty cute too, that's a plus. Look at me! I'm glad you think I'm cool, but I'm just a big dummy who likes swords and cute girls with swords and run-on sentences. I guess what I'm saying is, I hope this works out. But if it doesn't, you shouldn't worry about trying to force yourself into a neat little box like that. It's okay for you to just be you. I mean, I already like you for being you. Stop saying so many smart things, you big dummy. Mel, when you talk as much as I do, eventually you get lucky and say something smart. So what about you? Is this guild thing going as well as you'd hoped? I mean, pretty much. Aside from that weird limbo dimension or whatever we stumbled into, I can't complain much. You don't sound that enthused. No, I am. I'm just groggy. It was great. I guess I didn't really feel completely real yet. I don't have any reason to be concerned, though. It's fine. My brain is just dumb and not letting me relax. I know the feeling. But you've wanted to do this your whole life, right? Yep, pretty much. I mean, it's not hard to want to be an adventurer when all your formative memories involve tagging along with your mom on her legendary adventures. I can't even imagine what that must have been like. Well, okay. My mom probably didn't take her on the grandest adventures before we settled in Greenridge. Probably just more toddler-friendly ones. All the legendary adventures with no sharp objects or potential choking hazards or swearing. Everything felt great to a grand little kid like me, though. My mom was the coolest person in the world to me. She isn't afraid of anything. It was like being the kid of a superhero. So I guess because of her, I always thought that being an adventurer would be the coolest thing you could be. But I still feel pretty much the same. Maybe that's a bit much to live up to. I should just try to get happy with the chance to do all this. Especially with you, Melody. Have I ever told you why I chose the name Melody? I don't think you have. Why do you ask? I don't know, we're just reminiscing now, I guess. So you know I always have to overthink everything, right? I really wanted to make it count. I couldn't just pick any name. Melody sounded like a sweet name to me, and well, this probably sounds stupid, but I thought that in a song, the melody is sort of the centerpiece, the focal point of the song. It's got a certain confidence to it, and it's the part of the song that people pay most attention to, right? I don't know, it might all be wrong. Maybe I should have taken the music theory in high school. No, that makes sense to me, and I did take music theory. I thought that if I just heard it enough, I'd start to think of myself like that. Like, my name represented the kind of person I wanted to become. Not just the girl part, but like everything. Someone more confident in her voice, I guess. Sorry, I'm being such a downer, aren't I? Do you remember what I said when you came out to me in Faith? You said that if I spelled my name with an I could dot it with a heart. And it'd be cute. Why did we take so long to start dating? Because we're a couple of dummies. Pog Trans Cleric. Pog Trans Cleric indeed. Are you there, my queen? I've got a status report on the operation on whatever they call this horde planet. Last I heard they were calling the planet Reverie. Reverie, that's the one. Anyway, I'd just like to report that everything is going according to plan so far. There have been some minor setbacks, admittedly, but not to worry. We did anticipate the possibility of interference from the locals, after all, so we moved on to Plan B. Nice work, Javis. Have you made contact with a potential recruit you had an eye on in Greenridge? Affirmative. It's quite simple to sway her to our side. While she's inexperienced, she makes up for it with raw skill and passion. I see great potential in her. And if nothing else, her familiarity with the area will be of great use. Well, hey, if you forget the name of the planet you're on again, you can just ask her. Good one, my queen. So, when should I be able to make my grand entrance? I can only keep myself preoccupied for so long when you run around playing Dungeon Master and have all the fun. Very soon, my queen. If we remain on schedule, we should be ready within 48 hours. Wonderful. I hope they're ready for me. Bum bum bum! Act 2. Oh, we're already in Act 2. Damn, this must be a pretty short game. Or there's more than 3 acts. Maybe there's more than 3 acts. I was kind of thinking waffles for breakfast, actually. I mean, maybe, but I've been trying to watch my carbs. You owe me you own a waffle iron you never used, though. That's literally the only thing it's made to do. Who could that be? It's Claire. Act 47. Are you two decent in there? Can I come in? Claire, I'd like to think I'm better than decent. That's not what Look, just come meet me at the library when you can. Huh, I wonder what she wants. Also, why'd she walk all the way over here instead of just texting us? Aw, I wanted to go shopping. Rude. Oh wait, this is the wrong way. Libraries to the south, I think? What do you call a mediocre gay woman? A lesbian? What do you call a mediocre joke? That? I get it. It's like... It's like... Sorry, I hope that wasn't too mean. I can't believe they made the super lesbian RPG woke. I have started reviewing games. I miss the Woke Games account on Steam. So I've become the Woke Games account. I've started reviewing games with positive recommendations and calling them woke. So, I reviewed this one, and I called it Woke and Gay. Here, I'll just fucking... I can show you. Alright, so if I can get to the review part and make it bigger, probably. So, like, here's my review for Super Lesbian Animal RPG. I can probably... Here, we'll do this. Here's my review for Super Lesbian Animal RPG. Here's my review for Mina the Hollower, if I can find it. Where's my review? There we go. Woke and easy mode. Yeah. Shit. I'm having trouble with this whole thing. Am I showing it correct? No, I'm not. It's too high still. Fuck. Whatever. You know what? We don't need to do this. You believe me. You trust me that it's woke. What do you want to talk about, Claire? Did you not notice the whiteboard? Oh yeah, that videotape guy. What about him? Come on! I know it's been on your minds too. It's been I've been trying not to dwell actually. Well, it's kind of hard not to dwell. So I've been trying to do some research to figure out what exactly it was we saw yesterday. The way reality got all twisted and warped down there, I've never heard of anything like it. It shouldn't be possible without normal magic. Could you find anything? Admittedly, my resources are limited to my own book collection and what I could find in the public library. What does that mean? I think the library Wi-Fi is down today or something, or maybe Mona kicked me off the network. But either way, I couldn't find a single lead. There's no evidence that the magic we saw yesterday is possible at that scale. And honestly, that concerns me. Spooky. There's a lot more than spooky, Allison. Oh, jeez. Are you okay, Claire? I'm fine. I mean, I'd say I'm doing remarkably well for someone who hasn't slept in 27 hours. Claire, maybe you should get a little rest. Now's not the time to rest, Melanie. What if Javis comes back? What if the next time he has a reason to use that magic on Greenridge? Claire, you were pretty hyped about finding the place yesterday. What's with the change of heart? Look, I love a good dungeon, and I thought I could turn it into a teachable moment, but I don't want that magic anywhere near the actual town. Sorry to interrupt, what if this Javis guy is still pissed about how we wrecked his labyrinth yesterday? Exactly, we have no idea where he is and what he wants or what he's planning to do next. But if there's one thing we know, it's that his magic could be used for some very, very bad things. So what are we gonna do about this? Tell Faith? No, I propose we do a little reconnaissance work. We find Javis again, and we figure out what he's up to. If he seems harmless, we leave him alone. But if he's up to something, well, we'll figure out a game plan when we have more intel. We could try putting him under citizen's arrest and hand him over to Faith for questioning, I guess. Is that an actual thing we have an authority to do? Are you sure that isn't kidnapping? I don't know, probably. Probably as in probably fine or probably kidnapping. Claire, didn't you just say we have no idea where Javis is? How are we supposed to find him? We have some clues. Whatever he's doing, it seems like he wants to avoid being found. But he did specifically say his interest in the Sapphire Islands. If he's somewhere on the islands, then there are only so many places he could be hiding out. All those places are out in the wilderness and filled with monsters, I'm assuming? They might be. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this plan. You two already know about Javis and his monsters. You know what to expect if we run into another labyrinth. That makes this easier. I mean, come on. I don't want to bother Faith just because we have a vague hunch that a stranger may or may not be a threat to a town. This seems exactly the sort of thing that Warren's telling Faith, actually. Besides, I thought you loved adventures, Allison. Trust me, I do, but this is way more serious than regular treasure hunting and sightseeing. Plus, what about Mel? Mel, you're a great healer, but I don't think you signed up for this guild thinking the fate of Greenridge would be on our shoulders on day 2. No, we gotta do this. Whoa, wait, really? I wasn't expecting you to be so gung-ho about this, Mel. It's dangerous, but Claire's right. We made it through this Javis' labyrinth yesterday just fine. If it's to protect our town, I think I can nail doing it one more time. Besides, I don't want to make someone else risk their life dealing with Javis out there just because I'm a little scared. Spoken like a true paladin, Melody. Plus, we have Jody with us this time. She's more than tough enough to watch our backs out there if it gets a little hairy. Well, geez, if you two are down for this, then let's get the show on the road. Right. Alright, let's go, Jody. Let's go get Jody. She wasn't at our place when I checked, which is weird, but she's probably just at the Tower of Faith. Oh, and after that, we should probably stock up on adventure gear before we head out. Sounds like a plan. Oh, this is so exciting! We finally get to go on a real mission as a guild! Hi, welcome to you! Uh-oh. Claire, can I have a word about you? The 57 books that mysterious vanished from the magic section? Sorry, I'd love to chat, but you know, the universe is sick or something, you know how it is. Let's get it here, guys. Hold it! It's something else I want to talk to you about as well. Oh? Claire, I've given some thought to your proposal. Wow, Claire proposed? I always thought the tension between you two was kind of... Allison, don't make me climb over this desk and strangle you. Look, Claire asked my help with the research project. In exchange, she said she'd clear her crap out of the meeting room. Wow, you two are actually agreeing to help, Mona? At this point, I'd do anything to get you out of my hair, so yes, Claire. What exactly is this project, Mona? Claire's been collecting data on the monsters you guys have been fighting. She wants me to help her compile it into a bestiary. Admittedly, monsters are kind of a fascination of mine, so assembling bestiary intrigues me. Anyway, I started putting together that based on the monsters you faced so far. Here's your copy. Okay, so that's our bestiary. I have my own copy of the book that's magically linked to yours, so I'll be writing monster descriptions as you add new entries. Do we get anything for completing it? Some kind of reward? You get a complete bestiary. Wow, thank you, Mona. This will be really helpful. Please, it's for a good cause. Freeing the library from Claire's dark influence. Alright, so let's go shopping. Sledgehammer. Sports helmet, celestial circlet. I do like out of context phrases that seem to be screen capable. Yeah, I've been posting a few of those, haven't I? The EXP sponge. I can't believe they sell Marcus. Women be shopping. Oh, hello, big tough lady. Good morning. Heading out on another adventure, huh? Yep, we're just stopping by Faith's office to see if Jody's with her. Oh, yeah, just a heads up. Faith's got a lot on her plate today. Isn't that true every day? You'll see what I mean. Just try not to bug her too much. She doesn't need any more stress now. Oh, and Melody, one more thing. It's not too much. I figured you'd put this to good use. Ooh, a secondhand staff. It's a little bent. Yeah, staffs and I don't really get along. I whack stuff a little too hard with them. Still works, though. It'll give you spellcasting a little more oof compared to casting empty-handed. I mean, provided you actually equip it. Well, thanks, Holly. I'll be sure to put it to use. Knock him dead, or knock him alive, because you're a healer. Yeah, I think we go secondhand staff over the iron gauntlet. We got a personal matter to discuss. It'll only take a second. Jody upstairs with her? Not to my knowledge, but if she popped into Faith's office unannounced without checking the front desk, it wouldn't be the first time. I'd like to schedule a meeting though. Faith has a few openings next week. Come on, dude. Do we have to do this every time? We're Faith's closest friends. Just let us talk to her for 2 seconds. Fine, give me a sec. I don't think I'll ever get used to this Guardian thing. I miss being able to see Faith a bit more. I'm amazed she ever leaves her office, honestly. You guys just don't understand. This is what it's like to be a highly skilled witch like me or Faith. Your arcane talents are always in high demand. Careful with the adjectives there, Claire. Still, it's a lot of responsibility for a 24-year-old. She must be the youngest Guardian in Greenwich history. Second youngest, right? I've heard stories about a time when everyone thought it'd be hilarious to write in a baby's name with a ballot and the baby won. That wasn't that long ago, actually. Wasn't the baby Pepper Leon? Yeah, it turned out there was no age requirement for write-ins. Pepper was technically a Guardian for like a day before they called the do-over. See, you guys always blame me for everything, but this town was bonkers long before I moved here. Anyway, Faith's a great Guardian, but I'm still convinced she won primarily because everyone thought it'd be fitting for the boss of the Paladins to be named Faith. Okay, Miss Vincent will see you now. She says to make it quick, just head up the elevator. If Melody is a Paladin, why isn't she riding a horse? I always wondered why Fire Emblem names the promoted horses Paladins. That part doesn't really make sense to me, because Paladins are like, traditionally magical and martial. Oh, it's forced indoor dismount. Good. Jody? Oh, thank goodness you're... Oh, she's not with you. Have you not seen her either, Faith? No, don't worry. I'm certain she'll turn up, right? It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, something is definitely up. Faith, your girlfriend is a founding member of my guild. We need her help right now. If something's up with her, you gotta tell me. I'm sorry, but I have more important things to worry about today than your magical hijinks, Claire. Not this time, you don't. Faith, come on. We're your friends. Be honest with us. What's going on? Look, I don't know where Jody is, okay? I have no idea where she is, and no way of contacting her. So unless you got important news for me, I'm a bit preoccupied. Other than the dude with the VHS tape we saw in a dungeon or something and summoning monsters beneath Greenridge, we got nothing. Allison, not now. Allison, I appreciate the attempt to lighten the mood, but again, now's not really the time for jokes. Wait, she is joking, right? I wish she was, but that did actually happen. Alright, let's start over. You meant a videotape that was summoning monsters? He told us his name was Javis. He has sort of weird space-distorting magic that seems to like bad news. He also says something about having to prepare the Sapphire Islands before his superior arrives. We're not sure what he meant by that. Why didn't you tell me about this immediately? We didn't don't want to dump responsibility for all this on you. This was our problem, we're taking care of it. So this is exactly the sort of thing you should come to me for. I know that poking various hornets' nests is kind of an adventurous job, but you've bitten up more than you can chew, and to be honest, you need to be honest with me about it. Okay, I get it. So what do you propose we do here? In light of what you just told me, I'm willing to let you into some classified information. Provided you keep this between us. Sure, Faith, you can trust us. Okay. While out on patrol yesterday, Paladins noticed some strange creatures around the outskirts of town hiding in the shadows. Red said she'd never seen anything like it. They weren't behaving like normal monsters. Do you think that might be related to what we found? Maybe. We don't have much to go on, but it hardly seems like a coincidence. I was hoping that Jody and I could take care of the monsters before anything happened, but when we looked, we found no trace of them. I told Jody to keep looking nearby for any signs of the monsters, while the Paladins and I stayed in town in case they returned. That was about 3 p.m. yesterday. I haven't heard from her since. Have you tried calling her? Have you actually checked your phone today? Something is interfering with our reception. Which itself is just another reason to be paranoid about all these strange happenings. Okay, yeah, we're headed to the monster territory to investigate Javis anyway. We'll look for Jody out there. Well, if you feel up to the challenge, I suppose we have a plan. Not much of one, but it's better than nothing, right? I would help look for Jody with you, but I'm afraid the Paladins can't abandon our post right now. Just promise me you'll be careful and report back to me as soon as you're able. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know what I'd do if something bad happened to Jody, let alone all 4 of you. Don't worry, we'll be fine. We gotta head north to grab Jody, figure out what Javis is up to, and come right back to regroup. Easy peasy. I'd start looking in Amber Woods if I were you. You know how to get there, right? Just head east from the Guardian's Tower past the shops. Right. Come on, gang. We got work to do. Are you far enough into this game to recommend it to a general JRPG fan? I've only beaten the first 2 dungeons. It's got a really cute art style. And the combat is fun enough. It's not, in my opinion, anything special, but it's fun enough. Like, I'm enjoying it, right? Trains Gengar. Yo! Gen 10 leaks trains Gengar. Okay, let's get this. Hold on. Before we leave town, can we stop by Lucy real quick? I need to tell Beverly I can't make it to work today. No problem. We should probably get food while we're there. Off to Higgly Piggly then. I will say if you get this, the PC version so you can remap controls is probably best. Because the default controls are pretty bad. Is Elise a staff paladin? Elise is a troubadour. Hi, girls. Oh, and Claire's with you this time. Hi, Claire. Hi, Beverly. I just want to stop by and tell you I won't make it to work today. Oh, is everything okay? Everything's fine. We just got urgent adventure business to take care of today. Yeah, we're off to save Greenridge and possibly also Jody's life. You know how it is. I don't know how it is, actually. But yeah, that's fine, Claire. It's pretty dead in here today anyway. Sean and I can handle it. I'll definitely miss having you around, though. Uh-huh. Yeah, me too. Oh, hold that. Gotta get that out of the oven. So when are you gonna cut the crap and ask Beverly out, Claire? What? Oh, come on. The little hearts in her dialogue are dead giveaways. And I mean, you obviously like her, right? You always get so much chippy around her. She's just very sweet. It's infectious. See? Look, it's complicated, okay? Yeah, I like Beverly, but it'd be weird. She's my coworker. I don't want to make it weird. So dating a coworker would make it weird, but wearing your witch gear while waiting on customers and skipping shifts to fight monsters doesn't? When you say it like that, you make it sound silly. Claire, remember you told me a couple of months ago when I was crushing super hard on Allison that you should just talk to her? Maybe you should follow your own advice here. You and I know it's infinitely easier to give advice than take it. Listen, I don't know if Beverly likes me. She's all sweet and bubbly around everyone. That's just how she is 24/7. Besides, what we have right now is nice. We hang out a lot, and I don't have to experience the crushing pain of being rejected. Okay, but for real, Claire, you never know how she feels if you don't talk to Beverly about it. Oh, God, fine. Okay, sorry about that. Now, what were you saying? Hope you have a nice day, Beverly. Boy, that was sure a lot of build-up for a perfectly normal statement. Well, let me know if you need anything else. Food, a nap, one of the guest rooms, you name it. I wish Fire Emblem was less about the class and more about the unit with good personal skills or wacky shit. I mean, modern Fire Emblem kind of is. Fates in particular is very much unit-focused as opposed to class-focused. Because, like, the specific class combos units have are different from unit to unit. Three Houses obviously is like the example of unit mattering more than class. Because of how much, like, customizability there is there, right? I think Engage is also kind of like one. There's something I want in the Amber Woods. Getting is the first step to my path to total domination. I'd get it myself, but I'm not allowed in the park after what happened last time. I have my sources. I can't tell you what the thing is, but you'll know it when you see it. Oh, and it's in a locked chest. You'll need this key. Okay, guess. Well, look out for this ultimate power while they're in the Amber Woods. You'll be rewarded handsomely, and I'll be sure to give you special privileges when I rule the world. Who's the other person's request? It was Allison, right? Or... Holly. How about you try talking to my face instead of my armpit? It's something way more important than that. Check this out. Greenbridge Wrestling League. This is officially the silliest thing that's ever happened in this part of town. Surprised you have the energy to wrestle your off days while you fight monsters for a living. Well, that's what you think. We don't see as much action as you might think, which, you know, is a good thing. But if you don't hit my recommended monthly quota for grappling, my soul cries out in agony melody. Before we have an indie wrestling league, though, we need more fighters than just me and Rhett. I made these posters, but Providence is already mad at me for using the office printer, so I can't get away with putting them up on the clock. That's where you come in. Why didn't you just cut out the middleman by putting a poster on the notice board? Gonna be honest, nobody else reads the notice board except for y'all. Anyway, here's some posters. A good wrestler is courageous, but also romantic deep down in their soul. You're making it sound like a scheme to expand your romantic horizons. Now... Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, we get the wrestling posters. We'll have that done in no time. And it said we can talk to her about the main mission, too. We're just talk to Faith. We're gonna help her out by looking for Jody. You sure you're gonna be able to hold down the fort without us around? If some monsters attack, I'm gonna punt them straight to the ocean. Besides, the Paladins Brigade has never faced a threat we couldn't handle. I mean, what would a real high-level bad guy even want in a town like Greenridge? That's a good question. Good question that you three shouldn't be worrying about. Just focus on finding Jody. Alright. No. Engage is not a unit-focused game. I mean, it kind of is, because the class a unit starts out in is basically irrelevant. Since reclassing is, in my opinion, in, Engage, reclassing is freer than 3 houses. Like, everyone talks about 3 houses being the, like, homogeny, everyone reclasses forever game. And I think in part because nobody starts out with a specific class, right? But in Engage, you don't even need, like, qualifications. Technically, you get, like, the weapon ranks from emblems or whatever is what's needed. But that's so fucking free that, like, YouTube does ads during live streams. Yeah, God forbid streamers make some income on the labor that they do. You need an item to change class? You do. But you need an item in all the games to change class, other than the Arcanea games. But Arcanea games have pretty strict restrictions on how many you can have for a class. I guess you could say that, like, the ring is more important, if you're trying to say... Is that what you mean by Engage isn't a unit-focused game? I think it's definitely not a class-focused game. Bond fragments are the most poorly thought thing ever. God forbid streamers make money.
God
Wait,
forbid
did that
streamers
notification
make
not
money.
show up for y'all? It didn't show up on my end. Nope, it just showed up. It was late. It was late. Engage is the freest reclass that's not at the 11 and 12. That's ultimately why I feel like it's not a unit-focused game. It's just class plus ring. I mean, I think the stats that a unit brings into a class are, at least in my opinion, more impactful than the class itself, right? Like, Kagetsu makes whatever class he's in godly. He's not defined as a swordmaster, he's defined as Kagetsu, right? Same with, like, Marin. I guess the lords having unique classes, like, does make them uniquely classy, right? We need a lot of fire to melt a block this big. I'm not sure we want to try that on a wooden bridge. Damn. No Final Fantasy IV moments. The foot classes with either S-ring, swords, axes, bows, and the class bases for them are so bad. I will say this, I know why people think reclassing is free in Arcanea, but I think, if anything, it's got the most sort of limits, because you can't just spam the same class, right? You can only have X plus 1 of a class type, where X is the number that you're supposed to have. So, like, you can't just make everyone a flyer. You need to have, you start out with Shanna, right? Who's the only base flyer. In order to get other flyers, you need to recruit more flyers than just Shanna. I don't know, on ads on live streams, I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't obtrusive. I don't like missing the stream, putting the breaks up to the streamer, or just like run banner ads if that makes sense. So, full disclosure, there is a way that I can, like, manually make the breaks instead of them automatically happening. But I have them go automatically, just not very frequently. I have them set to the lowest frequency because it's hard enough for me, like, with my ADHD to keep up with everything going on in chat and also play a game. I don't also want to manage advertisements. I'm sure if I was big enough to, like, hire someone, like, that would be a good feature for that. But as it stands, like, I'm a one-person operation and I can't just do all that. I will say, you know, ad blocker is always an option. If you find the ads to be too obtrusive, you know, that's a personal choice. I'm not gonna judge no one for it. Does it make you plan before the stream? I would have to hit them manually when it's advertisement time. And that's just a lot to think about. So I just have it set to the lowest frequency by default. You can set it to like low, medium, or high. And I have it on low. Loot Scooter. I'm assuming Loot Scooter's gonna run away. It's like a metal slime type thing. I pay YouTube to not have ads. That is also an option, but it requires paying YouTube, which I would never recommend anyone do. Again, it's a personal choice, right? Like, I'm not gonna judge you for doing it, but I normally run YouTube without ad blocker just so creators get something. That's fair. I will say this, right? I haven't run the math myself, so I'm just trusting what I've heard from others on this. But, like, as far as AdSense are concerned, subscribing to a Patreon for, like, 1 month basically covers your personal AdSense for life. And I know not everyone's in the financial situation to do that. Again, I'm not going to judge. It's a personal choice. Theme song. Is theme song a charm? I don't know what that was. But there is something to say about, like, just how little YouTube actually fucking oh, it's an ability. It's an ability. I hate how low impact personal skills and class skills are in Engage. Oh, not in Engage, just, oh yeah, in Engage, yeah. I saw an interesting comment on an episode of the Engage 0%. Because one of the things that we've been bringing up is how parts of Engage feel like there was rushed development. I know there's a conspiracy theory that it was ready early. Yeah, and these guys are kicking my tail. But one thing I saw someone theorize is that actually the personal skills are one of the, like, last things finished, and that's why it feels underbaked. Engage's reclassing feels underbaked. That's part of why I feel like it was rushed to an extent, is the reclassing so much feels like it was not designed around reclassing, right? Engage reclassing feels very tacked on. I am, like, genuinely wondering if they were planning on making a no reclass game, and then, like, the success of Three Houses and its, like, insane customizability led to them feeling they had to put reclassing in, right? It was a game that was not meant to be reclassing, it just had it tacked on more so than Arcanea. The reclassing system in Arcanea is, like, genuinely one of my favorites. I think it's so much better than it looks on the surface because of those limitations. Because it adds, like, it feels like it's a tool that you have to counter the hard 5 bullshit or the lunatic reverse bullshit that makes for interesting gameplay. Like, there's definitely elements of that, remake that are not very good, or not very good, not very thought out, right? But the reclassing system does feel like it has some cool thought put into it. Especially for the first ever reclassing system. The way I'd rank them is Fates, Arcanea, Awakening, Three Houses, Engage. I honestly, just on vibes, I feel like I agree with that as well, in terms of reclassing systems. The only FE games I've played are the Game Boy games, but the combo is very interesting. So are you aware of how reclassing works in, Modern Fire Emblem? How, like, units start in one class, but they get to change classes, like be a different class, oftentimes using items or some other mechanic? It's basically about the different we're basically talking about the different systems they've done. In terms of that. Soleil, the sun goddess? Yep. This is one of the more noteworthy landmarks of the park, actually. Why didn't you try playing Mel, why don't you try playing Soleil here? A lot of healers are big fans of hers, and maybe she'll give you something. Mel's not really a religious type of paladin. True, but it might be worth a shot, right? I don't know how good a shrine this is. It doesn't even have a statue of Soleil. I guess she can appreciate a good orb, though. I mean, hey, what if this orb is closer to Soleil's true form? Gods are weird. The way she appears on TV and stuff could be just for show. Maybe it's the best idea to call the... Maybe it's not the best idea to call the gods weird when they're trying to get help from one. Sorry. So how do I do this? Do I just start talking? Try touching the orb. Pondering my orb. Oh, great Soleil, goddess of the sun, and giver of life. Do people call her that? Throw out something about how cool you think it is that she made the sun. She will help you try not too hard to suck up. Please hear our plea. Please lend us a small fraction of your sun-related powers to continue our journey. We'll be forever in your debt. Amen. Well, that didn't work. Maybe she did something we just didn't notice. Nah, Soleil's a show-off. We'd know. She's probably just busy. Well, it was worth a shot. Soleil has been added to the lower section of your quest log. I figured that was how we were gonna melt the ice, but it doesn't look like it. Enjoy your time at the shrine. Care to buy an officially licensed Soleil merch to remember your trip? Dude, we're locals, not tourists. You can drop the salesmanship. Oh yeah, I thought I recognized you. Oh wait, yeah, you guys are the Navas. I think this is the first time anyone's remembered the name of our guild. You know it's the middle of summer. Aren't you hot in that big foam costume? Ironically, in spite of being shaped by the sun, it's pretty cool in here. Anyway, if you're not interested in buying anything, you should probably get back to being a walking billboard. This might seem like an odd question, but is any of this merce enchanted? I consider all of it quite enchanting myself. No, do any of them have magical effects? We're hoping to get some help from Soleil on our adventure, but she didn't answer our prayer. Oh yeah, totally. These keychains can call down beams of... Yup, okay, there we go. That's how we get rid of the ice. In Arcanea, all the classes actually have a reason to exist. Except for Hero. Poor Hero. I guess it technically reaches some speed thresholds at some points or whatever, but it's just such a nothing class. Astrum Gaming. I forgot Hero existed. Fucking mood. Fucking mood. If you want sword imagery with access for some reason, Berserker has worse speed base but better cap than Hero. Yeah, so I guess if you're like at a point where... you need, you need the base but not the cap or whatever, maybe? And you're like an axe user, but like there's very few axe users in the game as well. People only like Hero in FE11 because of Ogma. And Barst. And Barst. Barst likes going Hero. Barst the better hero. This is Beth the Beast and Mary, and I ran into them yesterday. Both of them are aspiring bards. I hope they're not hurting there. I better get them out right away. Here goes nothing. Hot take. Three Houses class system isn't nearly as bad as people say. It could totally work with some refining, and I hope Fortune's Weave refines it like Fate's refined Awakenings. Yeah, you know, I think I agree. That's... you know, I'm a hater of Three Houses class system, but I think I agree that it could be better with refinement, and it could be good with refinement. I think the biggest thing is not necessarily the class system, but that so many classes feel like nothing burgers, especially the advanced classes and master classes. Like intermediate. I think in intermediate, most classes feel like they have a reason to exist. But advanced and master, so many classes feel fucking pointless. The gender lock is also bad. Which is weird because, like, I do like the gender lock in theory because I think it makes the units distinct from each other based on their gender. But in practice, it just means, like, if you're a male mage, go fuck yourself. If you're a female fist unit, go fuck yourself, right? Conceptually, it makes sense. It's just very badly balanced. Yeah. I think if, like, Dark Mage was a class that, like, had a reason to fucking exist, and, like, there was a female fist class, then maybe? I don't know. I hate the gender lock on punch classes. Catherine.exe or Hilda.exe. Most righteous. We were starting to think no one ever walked by and noticed us in the block of ice. We actually saw our buddy Bill walk by earlier, but I think he was running late for a shift at the souvenir stand. It's cool. We understand the importance of punctuality. Are you two okay? What happened here? Did you get attacked by a snowbat or something? Oh yeah, we're fine. Thanks for the save, Melody. There's definitely no snowbat, though. We saw a mysterious cloaked figure lurking in the woods. And as two bars fighting for truth and justice, we knew that was no good. I tried taking the cloaked figure... They tried talking to a cloaked figure, and then we got frozen. Admittedly, mistakes may have been made. Yeah, I think I know who's responsible for this. We're definitely on the right track here. We better keep investigating. Right on. Thanks for throwing us out, you two. We will sweat it, actually. We'll be sure to repay that favor someday. Adventurer's code and all that. See you around. I don't like gender locking because it seems sexist. Yeah, I mean, there is that problem. It's almost always going to lean into some sort of, like, stereotype, but... From a gameplay perspective, I mean, right? It makes the units more distinct. Like, let's be so fucking real. This is Fire Emblem, right? We've got bigger problems. The series has bigger problems than certain classes being inaccessible due to, like, sexism stereotypes. The fandom. I mean, yes, but I meant more specifically, like, in the... I meant more specifically in the actual, like, games, right? Dark Mage being male only in 3H when the majority of black magic users were girls is certainly a decision. Yeah, I mean, it also, like, it's basically inaccessible because you gotta kill the Death Knight, which, like, there's ways to do, but, like, it's just so obnoxious. I'd appreciate if you don't go snooping around my fire lookout tower. There's lots of confidential forestry service up there, like my bed, my field guides, and, okay, maybe it's not all that top secret. Bet you get a great view of the park from up here. Yeah, it's one of the nurse perks of the job. That and knowing I'm keeping the forest from burning down. Speaking of which, y'all are behaving yourselves and not using fire magic out here, right? Ha 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 ha! Yeah, who'd be reckless enough to do that? That sounded kind of sarcastic. Did it? Claire, look me in the eye and tell me you won't start any fires. I'll certainly try. Well, that's probably about as good as I'm gonna get out of you. Yup. I was hoping that this would let me go up the... Does the Slinky come from having a trash personality? No, he loves to steal garbage. I gotta go up the tower. Oh, map of the park. Well, thank you, but I gotta go up the tower to go look. Okay, fine. Dark Mage exists solely to be Hubert's canon class. Yeah, I feel like it basically is. I was gonna say it would make more sense if it was enemy only, but it basically is. Again, I know you can kill the Death Knight, and I've done it before. But it's like, especially for a blind player, the Death Knight exists to be a super boss that's not supposed to get killed, right? They keep summoning more squirrels. If only the magic blow for Mastery and Dark Bishop stacked. Does it not even stack? That's actually so cringe. I guess that makes sense, because it's a blow skill. Uh-oh. My monitor just shut off? Hang on. I think I kicked a cord by accident. There we go. Okay. Ooh, mana drain. Welcome back. Mana drain, the excellent Magic the Gathering card. The overpowered Magic the Gathering card. My bad, I was chewing on the wires. Damn, why would you do that? You brought up my Magic the Gathering player for a second. You know, so I used to be really into Magic, and then COVID happened and I stopped being able to travel to events, right? But recently I've gotten into a deck building game, Monster Train 2. My wife recommended it to me, and it very much feels like single player Magic the Gathering in a way that's super fun. I have been obsessed with that thing. Like, I've actually been having dreams about the game. It is a non-zero part of what is delaying the, Final Fantasy V video. Hot Fudge Sundae. I cannot morally support MTG Spider-Man. What's wrong with MTG Spider-Man? I haven't really kept up with the MTG news. Or is it just like Universes Beyond? I'll be honest, I'm not like... I don't know. I'm not anti-Universes Beyond, I just wish it wasn't the center of their attention. I hate Cape Shit and Cape Shit adjacent franchises crossing over with Magic. That is fair, it's not very magical. I don't know. I think one of the cool things about Magic the Gathering is how well its system can sort of map onto basically any setting. I mean, my first Magic set that I played was Return to Ravnica / the Innistrad set, and like, that's not traditional fantasy. Like, that's gothic horror, right? And then after that, they did Greek stuff, which again, not traditional fantasy. It's obviously like less out there than like superheroes are. But I'm of the opinion that like, this is the chest that Pepper told us to look out for. Is this really what Pepper wanted us to get? On the one hand, as adventurers, we're honor-bound to complete our missions. On the other hand, is it really a good idea to give an 8-year-old a knife? No, but Pepper already spends all day obsessing over dark magics and hanging out with her ex-supervillain grandpa. How does that make it better? I'm saying she's already harmless with way scarier tools at her disposal. She'll probably just carve her initials into stuff. But if you still think it's too dangerous, we can always hand the knife over to her mom instead. Maybe Catherine will give us a reward. Would I rather keep a child out of trouble or be a snitch? I'm not a snitch. My problem with UB is more so how disproportionately strong they tend to be. Yeah, I think, like, I get why that ends up happening. Because it's like the financial incentive, right? If you're trying to get people to, if you're trying to get companies to like sell you their IP, or let you use their IP, then being like, we would make it the shittiest fucking card of all time that no one would want to buy, isn't exactly a selling point. You know? But it is... And this is part of why I haven't gotten back into Magic. Is the power creep of it all, right? Like, it's fake rotations. And Universes Beyond is a big part of that. Obviously not the only part of it. Yes, there are, like, other power creepy sets, like Modern Horizons and stuff, right? Because I'm a Legacy player, or I was. I have a, probably at this point abandoned video idea I've actually made the cards for it. It's just making the graphics that would be a problem. Like, I've written out what all the cards would be. For, like, Universes Beyond Fire Emblem, I came up with a bunch of cards, but then, like, making the graphics feels like it would take a lot of time. The payoff would not be... I don't know how many people would actually like that video, you know? But I came up with some cool ideas, I think. Afraid I can't let you through, ladies. Due to increased monster activity, this bridge to the valley is hereby under the protection of Captain of Greenbridge Paladin Brigade. That'd be me. We know, Providence. Hey, I know my rights. We should still be allowed through even though it's dangerous. I'm aware. But I'm making personal call and saying you three in particular should stay out of the valley. Greenwich have enough problems right now without you starting a forest fire or getting eaten by monsters. Why does everyone think I'll start a forest fire? I know how to control my scorches. We're also kind of looking for Jody. I already questioned the locals under Miss Vincent's orders. Nobody saw her head this way. I have no idea why she entrusted an important mission to you, Higsby, but I would suggest you not waste any more time here. That video does sounds really cool. I think, too, the specific overlap of, like, Fire Emblem Magic players and not anti-Universes Beyond, they would enjoy it, but that's such a specific Venn diagram, right? Sorry to bother you, we'll be on our way. Whoa, Mel, let's give that another shot. I don't believe we've met. I'm Allison, and this is Melody and Claire. And you are busy. My name's Noelle. We're just wondering if you've seen our friend Jody pass by here recently. She's a tiger. You're going to have to be more specific than that. Well, I suppose she's orange with purple stripes, and she looks muscular enough to punch a boulder to pieces. Jody looks like she could rip a tree out of the ground with her bare hands, but also like she'd give you a really nice hug. I'm getting mixed messages here. Is she nice? Is she running around destroying the countryside? No. Jody's nice. She wouldn't really do that. It's just important to get a clear mental image of how shredded she is. Okay, if you're done with all the colorful descriptions, then yes, I'm pretty sure I did see her pass through here yesterday afternoon. Oh, that's great. Which way is she headed? If you head back to the fire lookout tower where the park ranger hangs out, she's headed east from there, into the mountains, I believe. Also, if it's important, it looked like she was tailing someone. Maybe another beast? I didn't get a good look. So they think Jody was following someone, huh? Interesting. Maybe Javis or one of his goons? That may complicate this a bit. Well, thank you for your help, Noelle. Sure. Okay, so we gotta head back to the fire tower. I'm UB neutral, where you should stop over-centralizing UB and keep it within the overall flavor of magic, e.g. magical, but I'm fine with it. I think the flavor of magic, like, I agree with you about the over-centralizing. I disagree with the flavor of magic, and that's not to say you're wrong, just I disagree. I think the flavor of magic, like, one of the beautiful things about it is how flexible it is. And how basically anything could fit in it. In the same way that I think a similar vein about Fire Emblem. I would love to see a non-fantasy Fire Emblem, honestly. We're never gonna get it, but I'd love to see one. The flavor of magic's kind of made up. We have gothic horror and sci-fi in regular sets. Yeah. That's how I feel. It's flexible, but there's an upper limit. Didn't we just have a, like, in-universes, like, not Universes Beyond science fiction set? Or am I wrong about that? I might be wrong about that. Like I said, I don't really keep up, but I thought there was, like, a, like, grand spacefaring set that was not... And I know Kaladesh, or it's called something else now, right? Because isn't that word, like, offensive in... But you know the plane I'm talking about is, like, fully steampunk. And that was before Universes Beyond was even a thing. Same with Innistrad, right? Innistrad, not the steampunk, but, like, the whole before Universes Beyond thing. Being just, like, pure gothic horror. The spaceship planet set you're talking about? Maybe? I don't keep up with magic. I really don't. I'm sorry. Harpy Monk. Dusk Manor is not Universes Beyond? What's Dusk Manor? There's levels of pushing things that not straight up we're doing Spider-Man now. But they're doing Star Wars. That's, again, it's not Star Wars, but it's Star Wars. How is Star Wars less unfantasy? I mean, fuck, not just Star Wars, like, look at the ancient times, right? The machine plane. The one with Affinity, where Mox Opal's from. And all the mirrors. Mirrodin. That's like one of the classic planes of Magic the Gathering. And it's all about machines. Yeah, Mirrodin. Yeah. I love Spider-Man. Speaking of Spider-Man, this is a complete non sequitur, but I read the funniest fucking thing the other day, and I have to share it with more people. So you know the recent Amazon TV series Spider Noir is starring Nick Cage? Despite the fact that Nick Cage has multiple times talked about how he would never do television. So you want to know why that is the case? His son showed him the television show Breaking Bad. And he was like, when I saw Breaking Bad, I realized that television is longer than movies. And because of that, they have more time to explore a character. And so then I decided I could do television and explore a character. Which, like, I don't know. I'm watching Spider Noir. My wife and I are watching Spider Noir. It's fine. Like, it's fun. But I'm sorry, Nick Cage. Breaking Bad it is not. You're not spending a lot of time exploring a character. I'm sorry, Ben Reilly is not a deep and complex character. It's a classic noir thriller with Spider-Man in it. Guy, you just realized TV is longer than movies. Are you gonna watch the State of Play? I am. I'm planning on doing a stream for it tonight. It's at 6, right? State of Play. I think it's at 6 Eastern. I gotta make sure now. You scared me. Uh... 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Okay. Well, good thing I checked. I would have been late by an hour. I will be in class during it. So yeah, it's in 2 hours. I'm gonna watch it, hope it has SMT6, and then cry when it inevitably doesn't. If I vote no, will I be banned? I can't even see what people vote. The polls are just for fun. Why would I ban you, though? That doesn't make any sense. What state of play? Nintendo Direct, but for PlayStation. Are you ready for Fortune's Ridge to be shown in the inevitable Direct this week and Nintendrons to whine about FE existing for a month again? I mean, that's the rumor, right? That there'll be a Direct and it'll talk about Fortune's Weave. I think there's probably going to be a Direct. As for whether or not Fortune's Weave will be in it, like, it has been 8 months since we've gotten anything. But, like, it could be that the game is just delayed. I don't know, I got a comment on my, Life of Saros video, where someone was like, it's gonna get shadow dropped in 2 weeks, and I'm like, where is your, like, why are we just, like, trusting random people on the internet that claim to be leakers, right? I think this is the trash guy we were told about. He looks tough. Let's try talking to him. Maybe we can get him to leave peacefully. Hello there. Are you the trash king we've heard so much about? Stee! Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to startle you. Hey, no need to shout, man. We just want to say hello. Stee! Guys, I think this is just a regular bird now that wants to kick our asses. The trash king and his trash bags. Nintendo in general just doesn't do shadow drops for major titles. I mean, so like, they did announce Star Fox a month before it came out, or before it's coming out. That's pretty close to a shadow drop. Like, it's not literally a shadow drop, but that feels close enough that it's not, like, unreasonable, right? I already forgot about the Star Fox remake. It's not out yet. It's not out yet. It's just coming out. And they're back. The trash bags are back. Trash King doesn't actually know any spells. Oh my god, they got me. Dodge, nice, okay. First aid. And the poison. Blink out of existence. First aid. Blink out of existence. Pride Month, shit's gay all year round. Woke and gay. Yes, we got the Trash King. And don't come back! That'll teach the stupid bird to terrorize the wildlife on our island. Well, that's one less threat for Sapphire Islands to deal with. That only leaves a mysterious video wizard who can manipulate space and time. Point taken. Come on, Mel. The adventure continues. Well, first, we gotta go save the game. But also, if State of Play's at 5, I gotta start making dinner for myself. I gotta make my dinner. So, we'll end the stream here. I'll see you all at 5.